Hello, fellow pickers and stuff lovers. Very happy to see you again. We would love to share with you stuff that we found yesterday at a community sale. It wasn't a sale that was throughout the neighborhood. It was a sale set up at City Hall of this one town, where a lot of vendors had tables and you would walk through rows of tables. We've been to that one before and we quite liked it. Mostly there was this one seller that we got good stuff from last year. But you know, you never know, right? I don't know that person, if that was a one-off or if they sell regularly or what they're going to have this year. So we took a chance to go to that sale first and it was amazing. It was like we had just decided to go pick out the things we really want to sell and people had them. So we will start by showing you that one vendor had a good mixture of vintage stuff and collectibles mostly. It sounds, from what we've gathered, it sounds like he does house clearances. Some of it is his stuff, and the stuff that he can't really sell or he doesn't feel he wants to sell somewhere else, he brings at places like this to sell. So from his table we got quite a few collectibles, Harry Potter collectibles, Christmas ornaments. He has great prices and he'll even do deals on that. These were all like $1 or $2 a piece. We'll put them up around Christmas. I don't think there's anything crazy in what we bought as far as these ornaments, but we did buy some from this line last year from him, and I think they went between $15 to $30 each. So paying about $2 a piece on this one, I'll probably be able to get 15 to 25, 30 bucks. The other ones, even if they're just $10 each, because they're collectibles, sometimes you want to take that chance. You never know which one is harder to find, for example, so it's worth it. These were a very fun find, so he had that. He had all kinds of interesting gizmos and gadgets. My husband really liked, if I can open it, this set of tiny binoculars that are made in Russia. And, you know, that was another thing that was like $2. And they'll be fun to try. This is a movie camera lens for 8mm, I guess. 8mm camera, and it says here Kinotel, and it says this on the original box, Kinotel, and it comes with this other lens. And we thought, again, that's fine. For a couple of dollars, we'll try it. Sometimes people really want these things because that is the thing that goes with your camera, and it's not always obvious to find it. So really fun things like that you know, sometimes can be hard to find for some people, and we can just see how they go. Some more Harry Potter related items, still with the tag. They were $1 each. They're just plush, but you know, you end up feeling like you've gone into this place and you've equipped your store. It's almost like owning a store and picking out stock that you want. And these should do okay. We haven't even looked them up, but you know, they should do okay. He had some Sony headphones, noise canceling headphones, which are not going to be a bad thing. I imagine at least $30. It was $5, so even if it wasn't, that was a fun find. Kids in a candy store, I tell you. at the same stall, at some point, he kept bringing out a few more items every now and then as he sold some. So we were just hanging around his stall for a bit when we saw he's bringing out new stock, you know. So he brought out this camera, and he also brought out this camera. And I thought, I don't know too much about cameras. My husband knows more than I do, definitely. This is a Voigtlander. It says Vitessa here. And this is a dolly. It says Super Sport Dolly. And they're older cameras, and they're from the, you know, this one maybe 30s, 40s, this one a little later, but fun things that sometimes people just collect as part of their collection, or display them. So this one, you will see, opens up like this. Crazy thing. So he's just bringing those out, and he's talking to the people he's working with, and he's like, yeah, I don't know, that might just be for display. I'm not sure if I want to sell them. I let him take his time and decide what he wanted to do. And then when he seemed to have finished the conversation, I said, so are you thinking of selling one of them? Just politely, because I don't want to put him off. So he said, after all, yes, this one. I said, how much? He said, $5. My husband and I decided that's a good deal. My husband looked it up, and it seems that just as is, not tested, not knowing if it works, which we won't be able to know if this works, sold for about $100. So we took a chance on that. From the same seller, I got these spoons because I thought their style was interesting. The design, it says Honolulu in the spoon bowl. Mostly because they had these wonderful details, decorative details. This one has a little hut with a palm tree on the side. This one has got fish. They're beautifully detailed and so evocative of an era. From the research we've done, it looks like maybe they were from around the 20s, 30s, could be a little earlier. And some of these were designed around a time where tourism became a big thing in Hawaii, because it had been created as a state. We did some research. I bought them for 50 cents each, and it looks like they may go over $100 each. They're hard to find, and they commemorate that time where there was a tourism boost, and this jeweler had created this style. I'm not sure if it's from him, but it's definitely, they're sterling also. They're marked sterling. So that was a huge surprise for us. But nevertheless, so from the same vendor. So after a while, we kept going back to his stall. Before we left, I said to my husband, do you want to go by again just to see if he's got anything new? And so my husband said, sure. And I go by again. At the back of my head, I thought, I wonder if he's changed his mind about the other camera, which was also good. And sure enough, I come by and he said, oh, this one's for sale now too. And it was $10. And about the same thing with this one. We don't know, but untested, it seems to sell for about maybe $100, maybe a little less. But so that was a fabulous lesson there. Sometimes if you've seen something and the person said, I'm not sure I'm ready to sell this, or I'm not sure about the price, or they're still putting things out, or don't be shy to go back a second time and just politely ask or see if they've put out more stuff, or if they've changed anything, because they may change our minds. It's okay to hope. And next, my husband found this great set of knives. Well, this was being sold like this on the table. The cover is closed. You have no idea what this is. And so sometimes you can get a better price when the people aren't really displaying their stuff. He got these for $3. He had seen such knives before, and they're always a little pricey. They're La Guiole. And this time at $3, we thought, well, you know, they may do $25, $30. They're in very good condition. They're usually, they're good stuff. They're kind of expensive knives. So that was fun, because he kept seeing them, but every time they would be too expensive to pick up for resale. So, but what he had done is he had done some research when he'd seen them, and that brought him the kind of knowledge that helped him decide next time, well, what's a good price, you know, and should I pick these up? So that's always helpful. This kind of looks like Italian glass, like Sommerso glass, but I thought that's too good to be true, maybe, and sure enough, it isn't. It does say here, made in China, but it's also, with its tag, the tag reads Fifth Avenue Crystal. So I looked up some similar things. They don't sell that well, but I paid $2 for it because I still love the look. It doesn't have the quality of Sommerso glass and all of that, I'm sure, but I love the colors. It's a good size. It's very decorative. Might be able to get 15, maybe 20. We'll see. I thought it was a good thing to try because it has a great look. I do like this sugar shaker, from what I can tell. That was $2, and I'm sure it's one of those slightly out of fashion antiques, so I'm sure it won't bring in that much, but I love the style and just thought, someone who's looking for one, this is a pretty example, and it's cost me next to nothing, so that's worth it. A lady had a bunch of jewelry, but most of them were very, very recent pieces of jewelry. However, when I see rhinestones, I always want to investigate, because some of them, just depending, rhinestones I find aren't as popular as they used to be, vintage rhinestones, and I do love selling them, but when they're a bit more ornate, when the style is distinctive, or when they're a good mark, it might still be worth picking up. These aren't a set, these are continental, but this is signed Sherman. And I don't know about you folks in other places in the world. In Canada, this is still very, very sought after. I paid $2 for the two, so, you know, I may be looking at $20, even if it was $15. This is still a good find. Speaking of jewelry, I bought these jewelry boxes for 50 cents each, and I just think they're evocative and romantic and beautiful. They each have a little button to open them. This one is signed Burke's inside, one of our stores here. And, you know, the lining used to be satin, there's velvet. It makes the contents precious and important. Just beautiful decoration. I think I'm going to sell one and keep the other one maybe to display things for what we sell and also what I keep. I love these boxes. This went with the camera, and the nice stall holder kind of when we came back to his stall at some point, he said, "Oh, this goes with your camera," so he just gave it to us. It was nice of him to think of that. Let me see. Wrapping up, I've got a few things here. This was also at this community sale. It's made in Italy. And there was a whole set of them, and they were $5. So we thought, oh, they were four. They were four. And we thought they just decorative appeal, you know, and just fun. Nice that they have their stickers. We will try that, and we'll see what happens with that. But definitely a good quality thing, something that is decorative and fun to serve your tea in. We went to some garage sales in the same area after that, and I got this Penguin and Young for $3. I think that could be very appealing. It's well made, so I thought, yeah, I love buying decorative stuff and helping people make their home beautiful. At another garage sale, my husband found a bunch of media. This is one of the best things we found there, but each set or DVD came to about $1.59, I think, each. And so this would have been $1.59. Goes for about $120. The people of that town are great. They had great prices. That was a very, very surprising find. And the next item on our list will be the last one for this video. We have here Whammo Fun Fountain. You hook up a hose to this clown head and it shoots up a fountain of water. My husband noticed it and he was like, let's look that up. I thought, oh, okay. Well, even the goofy stuff that you would think, well, how collectible can that be? The toy is simple. It doesn't have huge decorative appeal, but there's a collector for it someplace. These will go between $100 to $200 sometimes. The ones that we saw go for $100 hadn't been tested. And this was $3. So I would just like to say in conclusion this week, go out there, find some of this stuff because it's around. I hope the stuff finds you. I hope you have lots of fun discovering things you hadn't even thought to look into, and that people are pleasant to you, and just go enjoy summer picking.